Hey Matt, did you hear about that earthquake that happened the other day in California?
No, I didn't.
Well, like, I mean, a lot of people died and stuff, so I was thinking that maybe since we're living here, we should maybe try to prepare for an earthquake.
I mean, that kind of stuff doesn't even happen around here, so we don't have to worry about that.
Well, that's not really true. I mean, there's 500,000 earthquakes a year around the world, but only 5% can be felt and only 1% can cause damage. But the ones that cause damage can be serious.
I didn't know that.
Well, you should. Earthquakes don't just occur near faults like Tokyo and San Francisco and Los Angeles and Mexico City. I mean, even though that's where they mostly occur, they can occur anywhere.
I mean, I've seen 10.5. That's all I know about earthquakes.
That was a pretty factual movie.
I thought so.
The way earthquakes occur is when tectonic stress is built to the point and then the rock ruptures. So, I mean, really, that can happen anywhere. I mean, the deepest earthquakes typically occur at plate boundaries where the Earth's crust is being subducted into the Earth's mantle. And I just learned that by myself.
So what you're telling me is we could have an earthquake in Philadelphia.
That's exactly what I'm telling you. And just because it's unlikely doesn't mean it can't happen. And yeah, and surface waves and S waves do the most damage during earthquakes. But did you know that earthquakes can kill in a lot of ways? There's fires, avalanches, collapses of buildings, tsunamis, and ground liquefaction. So just because you're in Philly now, you could be somewhere else and there could be an earthquake. And sea waves and tsunami and tidal waves are all stuff that can happen during earthquakes that kill a lot of people.
That's news to me.
Well, don't you remember the earthquakes in India and Japan and all those tsunamis that killed a lot of people? It's serious business.
It does ring a bell now.
You should take it seriously.
Well, then what do you want me to do?
Well, there's a lot of things we can do to prepare for an earthquake, and I think we should start now.
All right, well, you enlighten me.
Okay. All right. First things first. We need to create an earthquake emergency kit.
All right, what's in that?
Well...
All right, I got my bag, I got my chips, I got my playing cards. That's it, right?
We're gonna die.
Right, I got my bag, I got my stuff, we're ready.
Is this
All
all
of
for
this.
the earth? This is all for the earthquake.
All of it.
This is so if there's an earth, this is what we're preparing for the earthquake.
Yes, I got medicine, food, more food, matches, candle with the matches, light the candle with the matches.
Wait a minute, bring that back. Is that M&M's scented candle?
It is an M&M scented candle. If we're gonna be stuck after an earthquake, we want to have it smell good.
So smarty man.
Throw it in there. Got a flashlight, but we need something else.
Batteries.
Batteries. Can't do it without the batteries, and we have enough to last us for a while if we get trapped. Can opener, because we can't open.
You can't open cans with that can. What are we gonna just claw it through with our teeth? We're gonna bite through the can? No, that's ridiculous. What's that?
I don't know.
What is that?
What is this?
What
It's a CPR mask.
What?
Sorry.
We don't know.
You're gonna edit that out.
No, a CPR mask. That was okay.
If anything goes wrong, there's people hurt. We can do a CPR mask.
And then we got some other first aid things. I think let's see what's inside here. It's another CPR mask. Okay.
The bag's getting a little heavy, but that's okay.
I didn't realize we needed 2 of these, but it's good to be safe and cautious.
If there's 2 people dying from CPR, we need them.
Scissors, so we can cut through things.
Yep.
And
Don't forget the tape.
the tape, exactly. Got to cut through the tape, and then some alcohol, and peroxide. So if we have a little boo boos, we can fix each other right up.
Yeah.
So we should let's throw that in there.
But you know what? I think we should still put the chips and the playing cards in there. Because you gotta eat and you gotta have fun.
Okay.
It's heavy, but it's worth it.
That's a good earthquake survival kit right there.
I'm all set.
Let's go.
Okay. Alright, what's next?
Well, since you asked, we want to avoid fires at all costs. So what we're going to do is we're gonna store flammable liquids away from potential ignition sources such as water heaters, stoves, and furnaces.
That could be bad.
Yeah, I mean, just imagine. Well, I see we're all liquored up here, but what are you going to do with all that alcohol if there's an earthquake?
I'm gonna take it
Okay,
to the kitchen.
okay.
And I'm just right here. Problem solved.
Oh, well, I see we're all liquored up. But what are you going to do with all that alcohol if there's an earthquake?
Well, you know, alcohol is flammable. So I'm going to take it and put it somewhere where there's no way it can start any fires. Below the sink. That way, there's no way it can get in any flammable areas, and we don't have to worry about fires.
That's a great idea, because now the stove can't start a fire. We kept it away from the furnaces. I mean, what could go wrong?
Exactly. So all this is going to help me prepare for an earthquake, but what happens if I'm stuck in one?
That's a good question, Matthew, and I'm glad you asked. Well, if you're indoors, stay there. You don't want to go outside. And we want to quickly move to a safe location in the room, such as under a desk, a table, or interior wall. The goal is to protect yourself from falling objects. I mean, just imagine if there's an earthquake with falling objects.
Uh-oh. Is that an earthquake? Don't you think you should get up?
No, I'm fine here. I mean, honestly, it's not like anything can hit me during an earthquake here. Ah! Ah!
Is that an earthquake?
Yeah, I think so.
Take cover.
Under the table!
Marty, I'm scared.
Okay, well now that you know not to be near mirrors and large objects and falling objects and anything with glass pretty much that could fall and hurt us, cats, whatever, do you feel safe now during an earthquake?
Yeah, but what if I'm driving?
Never really thought about that.
Is that an earthquake?
Yeah! Let me pull over next to this power line.
Oh my god, I need to get out.
That's a good idea. We should get out of the car. I'm leaving. I'm just going to abandon the car. I'm abandoning it.
Is that an earthquake?
Oh my god, it is.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, it's earthquake. Okay, don't panic.
What's happening?
Just stay in the car. We need to stay in the car and be safe. I'm going to pull over into a secluded area away from any trees or power lines, okay?
Okay, that sounds like a good plan.
So that way it won't fall on us during the earthquake and we'll be safe in the car, but we shouldn't get out is all I know. Oh, look, perfect. A spot right here away from all big and bad things.
Alright, so what if I eat my dinner and then I leave and I'm walking down the street and there's an earthquake?
Well, Matt, that's a very good question. If you are outdoors, you're going to want to move to an open area where falling objects are unlikely to strike you. Move away from buildings, power lines, and trees. I mean, just think about if you were near a tree or something during an earthquake.
I mean, I want to run away, right? Is that an earthquake?
Yeah, in the snow.
I know exactly where to go. We're good. Is that an earthquake?
Yeah, in the snow.
Oh, snowquake. Alright, we're good. We're safe now.
It's an open area, so no trees or power lines can fall on us from here.
We're good. So when the earthquake's over, it's over, right? That's it?
Yeah, wrong! You do know what to do after the earthquake if you hear or see or smell a gas leak. Well, you can't really see it, but if you hear or smell a gas leak.
I mean, I just sit here and wait for it to go away, right?
Do you smell that?
I don't smell anything.
Yeah. It kind of, it smells like gas.
I don't smell anything. I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter. Do you think it matters if there's, I mean, I know we just had the earthquake, but like, it's over with now, so like, it doesn't matter if the gas smells, right?
I mean, even so, we could just wait it out.
That's a good idea. Yeah. Do you smell that, Matt?
Yeah, that doesn't smell good.
It almost smells like gas.
I can't have that be on. We could die.
After an earthquake, having gas on, a leaky gas after an earthquake, we gotta turn it off.
Alright, the thing's right here.
You
Okay, we're good. It's off. No fires. So what you're telling me is, after all this, the real thing is nothing like the movies.
No, not really. I mean, earthquakes can be damaging, but they're usually not as damaging as they are in the movies.
I'm kind of glad we had this talk today. But I mean, I don't have to worry about this. There's not earthquakes in Philadelphia.
Matt, for the last time, there can be earthquakes in Philadelphia. Didn't you listen to me like 20 minutes ago?
Give me one example where there was an earthquake in Philadelphia.
We just had one in 2011. You could actually feel the ground trembling, and we could feel the aftershocks.
I don't remember that.
Were you even awake for it?
I was in a coma, don't you remember?
Oh yeah, wasn't that the time where you were walking and then you tripped on a blade of grass and fell and bumped your head on the tree, and then you went to sleep for a long time?
You know, the memories are a little foggy, but I think that's what happened.
Well, we did have an earthquake here, so it could happen again, and it could be a lot worse next time.
Well, I'm glad someone told me about this, because otherwise I wouldn't have known.
Well, now do you feel like you can survive an earthquake?
I do. I really do. Thanks.
Oh.